Hi guys, so I have been so depressed the last couple days. Um, just a lot of family stress and just like so much going on. So I was just sitting here in bed depressed and I was like, I should just record a video because I know talking out loud makes me feel better, even if it's to no one. So I'm gonna do my makeup and we're just gonna talk about my depression. This is my moisturizer vitamin C thing. I just love the way it feels on my skin. And it helps boost my mood too because it's vitamin C. It smells so good. And I know I could just make TikToks, but I feel like they're not sufficient. It's like 3 minutes. It's like just not enough time, and the stress of like creating the videos is just like way too much. So I'm gonna do this instead. Last couple days, my suicidal thoughts have been pretty bad. I did self-harm and I was like, I think I was like a month or two free. No, I was only a week free. But before that, I had been a couple months free, which was really a big deal for me. But this last week or two, I've just kind of caved in and it's been really hard for me to cope. My self-harm is always surrounded by anger and like overwhelming guilt. So last night my partner, I was upset about something which triggered him to be upset, and he was really angry, and just kind of his breaking point, we had been through a lot of stress, and he was just expressing, in a healthy way that he was upset with me and feeling very frustrated and didn't know how to cope with how he was feeling. And with that, obviously, it's hard to hear when you make people upset, and I do not cope well with other people being upset with me. I just take it really, really personal, and I feel like the worst person in the world. So I literally have not slept. I think I got like 2 hours of sleep, and I had my nephews over. So I was literally stressed out of my mind, crying, and the guilt of like feeling like I'm a terrible person was really strong. And mainly because I'm divorced, and a big part of our issues in our relationship was my mental health. I was really suicidal then, all the time, just like wanted to die, would do anything to like be able to get that rush of like attempting suicide. And I've gotten a lot better since then. But still, when I hear a partner or someone I love have issues with me, I just think I'm a terrible person. The guilt is so strong. I do apologize, but instead of just apologizing and moving on, my partner doesn't like hold things against me, so that's great. But I hold things against myself. Sorry, this foundation. I hold things against myself. And I just felt so much guilt. And when I feel that guilt, it's not just like, I literally just got this on me. It's not just guilt for that specific situation. I feel guilt for the whole world. Like, I start running through scenarios of, like a mother being beat by her significant other in front of her children. I think about the little child who's being screamed at and crying in the corner. Like, I think of every little violent scenario that could happen, and I get so depressed. I just feel the weight of like all their issues. Like, I just want to cry. Well, I mean, I was bawling, and I just can't handle it. I feel everything all at one time and just feel like this huge pressure on my chest and in my head, and I honestly just can't handle it. It's just way too much. And so I self-harm because I get a release, right? There's something about, and trigger warning, I'm very honest on here, so I don't even know if YouTube allows this, but seeing the blood like calms me down. It's just like feeling the pain other than emotional pain. I rather feel the physical pain of the harm that I do to myself, and that's where I get the release. And that's why it's so unhealthy. That's the benefit I get from it, because it's so quick. Now, it doesn't last that long, right? The emotions come right back, but I thought it would calm me down enough to sleep, but I did not sleep. So it was really rough, and I had to get up in the morning and take my nephews back to my sister's house, and I was crying all night. And yeah, so it was rough, honestly. Like, I did not know how to cope, was not coping well, and I've pretty much been ignoring my partner all day because I haven't been able to deal with my emotions. It's been honestly kind of rough, and sometimes I have a hard time multitasking. I have a really hard time expressing my emotions. Even on this video, I'm obviously a little scattered. I just want it to be real and raw, but I am just so scared of my emotions. Like, what happens is I try to be in this perfect balance, which is not possible. So I try to suppress them, and then I get irritated and frustrated and easily triggered, especially by my partner, and then I'm always upset. Eventually, my partner tries to be as patient as he can, and then he has his breaking down points, just like any human. And when he does that, then I'm like, wow, my emotions are too much for him. I'm a terrible person. And so then what I do is I go numb, and I just get in this whatever attitude, which is not helpful at all. And that's almost worse for him. It's almost worse when I get in those moods for him, because he is a big, like, words person. So when I'm, like, really down and not willing to, like, talk, it's really hard for him. And it's hard for me. Like, I'm so checked out. I've literally been so checked out this whole last couple days. And I have therapy tomorrow, so I just need to make it till then. I did snap out of it a little bit, and here I am making this video. So I am trying to work through it. It's just fucking hard. Like, I'm just gonna put some blush on. I'm just like, I feel so stuck sometimes. Like, very grateful that I'm on disability, and that I have this opportunity to focus on myself. But at the same time, like, I don't know who the fuck I am. Like, what am I gonna do with my life? Like, I don't know. It stresses me out. Like, my hair's crazy. I just want to lay in bed. Like, all I want to do is lay in bed and watch TV, but I know that's not helpful for my mental health. But sometimes I feel like that's all I can handle. Like, I can't do anything else. I don't know, I'm putting on highlight because you can't even tell in this lighting. I mean, you can't see any of my makeup in this lighting, but it'll come together eventually. I know it's kind of dark, but, you know, I'm in a depressed mood, so it kind of fits. I don't ever contour my nose. I just feel like I like how it looks. I'll put highlight on it, though. You can kind of see that. I'll shine my light on when I'm done. But I'm just fucking, I don't even know, you know? I just feel like a fucking mess sometimes, most of the time. I'm not gonna do my eyebrows because it's way too dark in here. But I hope you can I'm sorry if you're depressed and watching this too. People think because I look happy and post pretty photos that, like, my life is fine. But really, it's just a goddamn mess. Like, I have so much guilt and shame, and I just want to be better. I just want to be fucking better. Like, I feel like it's not a lot to ask for, but in this world, it is. I get so overwhelmed by the simplest things, and I shut down, and this is why I can't hold a job to save my life. But it's been good. In therapy, I've been processing a lot of my suicide attempts. So, story time, my last suicide attempt was back in, I think it was like May of this year, so May 2022. I took 80 pills of clonidine, which is a blood pressure medication. So what that did was lower my blood pressure very low, and my heart rate. I think my heart rate was at like 30, which is really low. So I was pretty much dying. I did die at one point and had a spiritual experience with that, which I'll have to make another video for. And I really wanted it to end. There wasn't any hope left in me, and I was just feeling triggered, like abandoned by my partner, because we were living long distance at that time, and I just have so many memories of like the whole thing, like my mom coming in and finding me pretty much like half dead, and I was in and out of consciousness as they were trying to like save my life. There was doctors and nurses everywhere. My blood pressure was so low they had to put like a manual blood pressure in on one of my veins and like sew it in. And my heart rate was like staying around like the 30s, 40s. So very lucky to be here. Very thankful for my medical team. But my whole life I've been fighting to die. I never really had moments of like, wow, I really enjoy life and want to live. Positive emotions are really hard for me, and it's gotten better over time. And when I get in these shutdowns, I just feel like the whole world is on my shoulders. Like, I really do feel like I'm Christ being crucified. Like, the amount of pain I feel for all the people in the world, my family, my partner, strangers I don't know, people I feel connected to that are somewhere in the world. I feel their pain, and I don't know how to cope with it sometimes. Like, I know I have empath, like powers, and I'm trying to learn those, but when I'm in my shutdowns, it's like I'm a different person. Like, I become an energy versus like an individual. And what I mean by that is like I almost become, like, in a sense, just an energy of connection to pain. So it's almost like when I'm in these down moments, I invite all pain to join me instead of focusing on my own pain. And I'm just like processing this as I talk. But what I'm realizing right in this moment is that I think I don't want to feel my own pain, because it's too hard to think that I've been hurt, and I can't acknowledge that I've been hurt. So instead, I will experience any other pain besides myself, because fuck my own pain. I can't do it. It's too close to home, And if I feel the weight of the world and get overwhelmed, then I can shut down and even ignore my own pain. So now processing it, I definitely think that's an avoiding technique, or whatever trauma like protector inside of me that's like, we will not feel your pain, we will feel your siblings' pain, we will feel your parents' pain. I didn't even know I had trauma until I was like out of the house, like 19, 20, 21. Like, I thought I had a good family, like, until I heard like, well, I felt everyone else's pain, and I felt like everyone else went through so much trauma, but I've been through it all. I've had physical, sexual, mental, all the above, in my life, multiple predators and multiple abusers. Like, I've been abused my whole life, and it's really even hard for me to say that out loud, because I'm like, I can't be her. I'm the strong one, right? I feel everyone else's pain, and no one feels my pain, and that's hard. It's hard recognizing that, like, I don't know, like, I'm the only one that, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but it's a pretty cool realization, because I feel like, I'm using this palette, by the way. It's literally, just got it. I think it's Paris Hilton. It's so cute, huh? I'm just gonna do some sparkly shit, because I'm feeling depressed, so. But anyways, that was a good realization. This is why I talk out loud, even if it's just for me. Like an astronaut in the ocean. You're about to see it all come together. So sparkly. This light sucks, I know, guys. Bear with me. I'm just ranting over here. I'm feeling like pink. Let's do pink. It's not hot pink enough. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of long pauses, guys. How I work. I don't even know what this makeup is, but I think it's just been helpful to talk and like do something while I'm talking. You can kind of see what I look like with makeup on. Doing like this pink. But yeah, I just need to work through my trauma. I am doing that. I'm doing a lot of shadow work. And I've just been taught my whole life to focus on other people, and I think that's why I can't focus on my own emotions. I can't like express to you what I'm feeling. Like, it's just so stressful. I rather process someone else's emotions. But what happens is then I get overwhelmed because then my emotions are being ignored. And you know what? My emotions do not like to be ignored. They will literally throw a huge fit. Well, I'm going to try to hurry and finish this so this video is not too long. I know, I just do basic ass makeup, but it's fun. I'd really like to do TikTok lives, but I don't have enough followers on there. It's looking pretty. Can you tell? Better lighting. I'll get some better lighting before. It might not look great because I've been doing this from so far away. And okay, I'm listening to one of my favorite songs. I speak a little bit of Spanish, but this song is called La Mejor Versión de Mí by Nadi Natasha. It's literally one of my favorite songs. I wish it was in English so other people could enjoy it. I don't think I'm gonna do lipstick. Thanks for hanging out with me if you're watching this. It's a long video. I don't really care though. If you don't want to watch it, you don't have to. Helps me. Got to process. You know, this is looking very interesting. I'm glad it's dark right now. I'm just talking to talk, you know. I'm gonna take this little pinker, get in there. Okay, I'm gonna do some lipstick. Let's do. This is one of my other favorite songs. You probably can't hear it, but it's Shallow by Lady Gaga. It's pretty popular, but I absolutely love it. I'm feeling a lot less depressed now. Definitely still there. I'll probably wipe this off and go take a bath. Alright, let me show you what this looks like. The light. I don't know if the lighting is even better, but it doesn't matter how it looks, it's about how you feel. Alright guys, if you made it this far, thanks for watching, and I hope you have a fabulous week.